In a quiet town, a school bus driver by the name of Kyung-chul has an ominous encounter with a woman named Soo-Hyun. She is struggling with a flat tire on her car, and Kyung-chul, under the pretense of being helpful, offers to assist her. However, his intentions are sinister, and he ends up assaulting her until she loses consciousness. After she's unconscious, he transports her to his residence, where he undertakes the gruesome task of dismembering her body. During this macabre act, he remains oblivious to the fact that Soo-Hyun's ring slips off her finger and falls into the drain. After the horrifying act, Kyung-chul discards the pieces of Soo-Hyun's body into a local stream. The gruesome discovery of the body parts leads to a police investigation led by the squad chief Jang, who is also the devastated father of the victim. Parallel to the police investigation, Soo-Hyun's fiancée, Kim Soo-Hyun, an officer in the National Intelligence Service, NIS, promises to take revenge on the ruthless murderer. Soo-Hyun, equipped with the names of the 4 prime suspects from Chief Jang, takes the investigation into his own hands. He personally interrogates the first 2 suspects, but the real breakthrough comes when he searches the residence of Kyung-chul, the 3rd suspect. There, he discovers Soo-Hyun's ring, a crucial piece of evidence. Shortly after this discovery, Kyung-chul brings a schoolgirl home and assaults her. Soo-Hyun intervenes, overpowering Kyung-chul and beating him unconscious. However, instead of immediately exacting his revenge and killing Kyung-chul, Soo-Hyun decides to implant a tracking device into Kyung-chul's body, intending to monitor his movements and eavesdrop on his conversations. Upon regaining consciousness, Kyung-chul inadvertently enters a dangerous situation when he accepts a ride from a taxi that already has a passenger. He senses the ominous intentions of his co-passengers and preempts their attack by launching one of his own. After eliminating them, he dumps their bodies at the side of the road and drives himself to a clinic to get his wounds treated. After receiving medical attention, Kyung-chul proceeds to sexually assault a nurse. Soo-Hyun, who has been tracking him, arrives just in time to subdue Kyung-chul. He inflicts a painful wound by slashing Kyung-chul's Achilles tendon, making it abundantly clear that his plan is to prolong Kyung-chul's suffering as much as possible. With Soo-Hyun hot on his heels, Kyung-chul temporarily incapacitated, he sought refuge at the home of his fellow malefactor, Tae-ju. Tae-ju, a friend and accomplice of Kyung-chul, shared his depraved inclinations. When Tae-ju learned of Kyung-chul's predicament, he surmised that the tormentor must be connected to one of their past victims. It was during this revelation that Kyung-chul deduced Soo-Hyun's true identity, unraveling the intricate web of vengeance that had been woven. Soo-Hyun, driven by a seething rage, arrived at Tae-ju's residence, overpowering the murderers and rendering them helpless. Both Tae-ju and his girlfriend, Se-jung, fell under Soo-Hyun's control. In a swift turn of events, the unconscious criminals were apprehended by the police and transferred to a hospital, where they would receive the medical attention they needed. Meanwhile, Soo-Hyun, aided by a trusted subordinate, ensured his own and Kyung-chul's escape from the clutches of the law. Their wounds treated in secrecy, they remained hidden from the prying eyes of justice. However, Kyung-chul's cunning mind seized an opportunity. He overheard Soo-Hyun and his subordinate discussing the tracking device implanted within him. Determined to break free from his captor's grasp, Kyung-chul ingested emetics, causing him to regurgitate the transmitter. He then craftily planted it on an unsuspecting driver at a truck stop, throwing off any potential pursuit. Soo-Hyun, driven by a burning desire for vengeance, entered Tae-ju's hospital room for questioning. There, he learned of Kyung-chul's chilling plan. He intended to target Squad Chief Jang, Soo-Hyun's father-in-law, and Jang Se-yun, Soo-Hyun's sister. Consumed by fury, Soo-Hyun unleashed his wrath upon Tae-ju, breaking his jaw, desperate to extract every bit of information. As the story neared its devastating climax, Kyung-chul arrived at the home of Squad Chief Jang. In a brutal assault, he unleashed his viciousness upon the unsuspecting father, leaving him battered and broken. Tragically, Jang Se-Yun, an innocent soul caught in this web of darkness, met a horrific fate at Kyung-chul's hands. Desperate to escape Soo-Hyun's relentless pursuit, and perhaps driven by a flicker of remorse, Kyung-chul decided to surrender himself to the police. However, Soo-Hyun had other plans. Right before the eyes of the law enforcement officers, he abducted Kyung-chul, leaving no doubt that he would be the one to deliver the final blow. At Kyung-chul's dilapidated house, the air was heavy with the weight of his heinous deeds. Soo-Hyun, consumed by a relentless desire for justice, had meticulously crafted a trap designed to subject Kyung-chul to unspeakable torment. Every detail had been thought through, every ounce of pain calculated. With the rope tied tightly to the doorknob, the other end of the rope was clenched firmly in his teeth, ready to activate the cutting wheel. It was a chilling sight, a manifestation of his deep-seated rage and unwavering determination. Soo-Hyun walked away from the room. The trap was set, and all that remained was for destiny to play its part. As the door creaked open, time seemed to freeze. The cutting wheel spun with a sinister hunger, ready to sever the connection between body and head to bring an end to the reign of terror. He realized that true justice cannot be found in acts of revenge and brutality. Overwhelmed by emotions, he finds solace on the road,